Hi, it's Charles from StormWisdom. And last night during our crystal workshop, we did some work with natural and polished crystal wands. And I thought I'd just kind of walk you through some of the things that we talked about last night. So the first thing is, before you start to work with a crystal wand, especially if it's new to you, one of the things you want to do is you want to consider clearing it of any energies that might not be perfectly aligned with you and what you're trying to create. There are lots of different ways to cleanse and clear crystal. Like for example here in the store, because we have so many of them, we actually use sage. We do it a couple times a month and sage the entire place. As a matter of fact, we made a small video about that. But you can also set them in the moonlight. You can use sea salt and rest them in sea salt overnight. We oftentimes, with the crystals that we use here for energy healings, we actually place them on a piece of selenite and let the selenite do the clearing work. I have a really good friend in New York who uses the freezer to clean and clear all of her jewelry. So there's lots of different ways to cleanse and clear. So if you have a way that you like to use, you can do that. Last night we actually used crystal bowls and we toned over the crystals to basically break up that energy and bring it back to its natural activated state. So once that's done, then really what you want to do is you want to start to work with the crystal. You want to actually be holding it and feeling it, get connected with it. One of the things that you're doing, or actually there's a couple things you're doing. First of all, quartz crystal is formed through piezo and pyroelectric energy, so through heat and pressure. And if you want to connect with crystal, the best way to do that is by actually re-engaging it in the same way that it is most familiar with and most likely to respond to, so through heat and pressure. And even as you're doing this and you're just allowing yourself to kind of feel the crystal, you'll start to become more intimately familiar with this particular crystal, where it feels, the weight of it, the different sides and faces and stuff like that. It's hard to work with a crystal like this and not to start to feel the more energetics of the crystal. So it's, the reason that you're working with quartz is because of its natural property to be able to generate and amplify energy, to be able to hold memories and intentions, and basically we're going to use this to set intentions. So after you've worked with it for a little while and you feel like it's warmed up, it's responding to you and stuff like that, one of the things that you want to do is then you want to think about what is it that you're wanting to create in your life. So maybe it's working on a relationship or creating more prosperity or abundance. And really what you want to do in order to get this crystal to work with you and help you is to focus on the different sides and faces of the crystal. So in this case, if you're wanting to create a relationship in your life, you might use the first face and describe the most important aspect or essence of that relationship. So maybe it's that it's a relationship of trust, and that this face is basically going to hold the energy and amplify the energy of trust. And then you just turn it, and maybe the second part of it is you want the relationship to be fun, to be filled with humor and lightness. And then on the third face, maybe this is really about positive physical, sexual energy and connection, that there's a real strong attraction between the two of you. And then on this side, the fourth side, maybe it's really about companionship, somebody who has similar likes and interests, and somebody who you're going to be able to do many different things with and build memories and that sort of thing. And let's see, another great one is open communication and dialogue, somebody that you can talk to and say anything about or discuss anything with. And then finally, another side of it would be somebody that has similar goals and desires and is wanting to create similar things in their life or something. So now what you've done is you've actually programmed this entire crystal to work on this one intention that you're trying to create, and you've given it multi-dimensionality. By working with each of the faces individually towards one common goal, then each one of them holds and represents that for you. And then this does two different things. One of them is the crystal will actually be doing its work, which it naturally amplifies and generates energies. It's going to be amplifying and generating the intentions and the memories that you've put into it. You're what you're looking for. But the other thing that it does, and why intentions work so well, especially with crystals, is that every time you see this crystal, so put it in a place where you're going to encounter it on a regular basis, right? Every time you see it, whether you pick it up or you're even aware, your subconscious mind is also registering that this crystal is here, and it's reminded that, oh yes, this is what I'm working on, this is what I'm creating, and through the subconscious mind, you're also realigning things in your universe, and I guess the right way to say that would be that because your subconscious mind is paying attention to it, you start to notice the synchronicities and the events that are happening that are aligned with that particular intention that you're trying to create. Working with a crystal wand is a very personal experience. They're, like I said, they love to be held, and the more that you do this, like the next time you want to do this, once you've created that relationship and you want to move on to something else, then you basically start all over again, cleanse it and clear it from what it was originally asked to do, and start the whole process over again. So anyways, that's one way that you can work with a crystal wand. So talk to you soon. Bye.